Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. It always seems impossible until it's done. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. The greatest gift in life is to be remembered. Difficulties break some men, but make others. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Freedom cannot be achieved unless the women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. I dream of an Africa which is in peace with itself. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your lead. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice all for the freedom of their people. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. The struggle is my life. I will continue fighting for freedom until the end of my days. A freedom fighter learns the hard way that it is the oppressor who defines the nature of the struggle. I am not an optimist, but a great believer of hope. It is not our differences that divide us. It is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel, but he who conquers that fear. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. A society that does not value its older people denies its roots and endangers its future. I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. Our human compassion binds us, the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learnt how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. I dream of the realization of the unity of Africa, whereby its leaders combine in their efforts to solve the problems of this continent. I dream of our vast deserts, of our forests, of all our great wildernesses. I am not an African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered.